What is up, my loves? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Nath Hughes here. For those of you who are new, my name is Natalie Hughes. I am a luxury obsessed psychic medium, and I teach women how to step into their power and co-create their dream lives with the divine. I really have not focused on an intro in a really long time, but in this community, we talk about healing, we talk about identifying our limiting beliefs, shifting our mindset, reconnecting with our spirits, angels, ancestors, God, inner beings, and we talk manifestation, we talk the law of attraction, the laws of assumption. I also like to talk about astrology usually, and that's about it. So if you're into those things, if you're into getting the things that you desire because you desire them, then you're in the right place. In today's reading, I wanted to have some fun, and I wanted to talk about like love and romance. I wanted to do something a little bit more lighthearted, and then we'll get back into like work stuff and money stuff next week. You guys have to tell me in the comments how you are liking these videos and how they're resonating with you, because I love chatting with you. Okay, so let's get into it. We have 3 piles. Ooh, I forgot that I did not name the piles for the other reading that I did. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, so we are answering the question, what makes you stand out romantically? What makes you stand out romantically? Maybe you're dating, maybe you're not dating, maybe you just want to know. I don't fucking know what makes you stand out romantically, okay? That's the question that we're asking. We have 3 piles. We're gonna do it like this. And you're gonna see this in the reverse, but I can't remember which one is reverse. Okay, so we'll go. Pile number 1 is green, pile number 2 is yellow, and pile number 3 is pink. So you can pick your pile, and the timestamps will be in the description, and they will also be labeled. So that's all I got. See you there. What's up, pile number 1? We're gonna light something, and we're gonna light something to call in some love vibes, just to tap into the vibe, just to tap into the vibe. Okay. You can't see the smoke, but there's smoke, I promise. Okay. What makes you stand out? I actually want to use a different astrology deck to start with. Tapping into the energy and the vibe of my pile of rooms. What makes you stand out? I gotta get comfortable. Okay. Oh, 12th house, Cancer, and Pisces. So if you're not a Pisces, or you're not a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, maybe this is not your pile, okay? You could definitely be 12th housers, strong Pisces energy, strong Neptunian energy in your chart. What makes you stand out is, the first word that comes to my mind is ethereal. Okay, and they're also saying the twilight zone. So you kind of, you know, okay, you know that video of Keke Palmer where she's like, I don't really want to say anything. You know, these things can get a little bit controversial. They can get a little bit spooky-ooky. Like, it's kind of that vibe, okay? Okay, what am I trying to say? There's a video on the internet, not of Keke Palmer. Well, yes, of Keke Palmer, but there's another video on the internet. And it's of this girl, and she sings the song, Dog Days Are Over. Francis in the Machine. Girl, I don't fucking know, okay? But anyway, there's a video of her, and it's like some award ceremony, and she has on this like flowy white dress, and she's walking by in the back of the video, and everybody's commenting, and it's like, why the fuck does it look like she's floating like a ghost? Like, it was like a whole bunch of different things that were happening. You have to comment down below and tell me if you know the video I'm talking about. But there's like a million different things that are happening, and then she just like goes past, but she's like floating. Like, she looks like so like kind of elegant, kind of like graceful, kind of like you cannot detect that there are feet moving beneath her. Like, she just, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like that type of magical vibe, Fleetwood Mac kind of vibe. You give this kind of witchy, magical, now they're singing I'm Different by 2 Chainz. Like, what stands out about you is that you're different, but it's not just like, okay, because it's like, there are other girls or people, but I'm getting girls. Okay, so I'm just gonna like channel what I'm hearing. It's like, there are other girls who talk about astrology. There are other girls who talk about spirituality. You know, it's very trendy to talk about crystals. It's very trendy to talk about manifestation, right? You don't just talk about these things, pile number one. You look like these things. You be like these things. You embody these things. So it's not just that pile number one is into this metaphysical shit. It's just kind of like, no, pile number one believes this metaphysical shit. And obviously I believe it too. So I'm not like saying, I'm laughing with you, not at you. You know what I mean? And it's like, you just have this energy and this vibe that is just kind of like outer worldly, Erykah Badu, Willow Smith, I'm Not From Here, E.T. Phone Home. Like, what makes you stand out is that you just have a real magical vibe about you. You have a real magical presence about you. People look at you, they're like, I swear I can see her aura. She radiates, she shines. It's very Piscean, very Neptunian. Like, I've seen a tweet that's like, something about Erykah Badu and how her sex appeal, how her sex must be so good because after Common, Andre 3000, whoever the hell else dated her, were with her, they did something, like they were rapping super good or something. I don't remember the damn tweet, okay? But it doesn't matter. What matters is that there is a significant before and after. You are like a portal. You're like a vortex of change and transformation. What makes you stand out is that you kind of change your lovers. You change the people that you love, the people that you choose to be in relationships with. And it's also, there's also like this like magnetic sex appeal to it. Like, do you remember when Erykah Badu came out with these like incense, and the incense was supposed to be scented like her vag, and there's a video of this guy who like got the incense and he's eating the incense in the video. Like, oh my God, like, is it that serious? And for him it was, and I respect that. And as a Neptunian woman myself, I understand that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have that vibe. You stand out. You're kind of like, delectable. Girl, I don't know which one it is. It doesn't matter either. You just have a very delicious aura, energy. You magnetize people to you. And that's what makes you stand out. That's what makes you stand out. You are just different. Also, what makes you stand out is your heart. What makes you stand out is your heart. What makes you stand out is the way that you love, the way that you nurture. Like, I feel like you've dated people, or you're dating somebody who, like, people try to nurture them. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Give me a minute. There are women who nurture men in order to, like, get something from them. Oh, I'm gonna clean his house. I'm gonna cook him food. I'm gonna do his laundry. I'm gonna do all of these things so that he will marry me, so that he will make me his wife, so that he will blah, 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 blah. Like, there are women who do these things, but there's an ulterior motive. And so, although they're nice and loving and caring, they're not doing these things because they're genuinely nice and loving and caring. They're doing it to get something, or they're doing it because they think that they have to. And basically, it just gives a bad feeling and it gives a bad vibe. So it's kind of like this energy, and I'm not saying that wanting to receive in relationships is bad. I'm never saying that. But not being forthcoming with what you want to receive, not being forthcoming with what your expectations are in romance, like, it's not healthy and it's not safe behavior. So it's like they've dealt with people who in the past have been very, like, loving with them and, like, nurturing with them and, like, giving to them, and then are like, okay, now a ring, like, now a commitment, now this thing that I want from you. And what really makes you stand out is that you've got this incredibly loving, unconditionally loving, understanding, like a grace and a compassion about yourself, your genuine kind-heartedness, your desire to help people and uplift people and really be of service to people, your desire to nurture people. Some of you have children, your desire to nurture children and care for them. It just makes you stand out, just like a genuine, authentic person. That's why it's like, is this woman an alien? Is this person an alien? So you guys are just kind of giving out of this world type vibes. You guys are just giving out of this world type vibes. What do we got? We got what I would call the X-ray card, because it just looks like an X-ray to me. Then we've got the Lovers. Then we've got the Page of Cups. I told you, you guys are so cute. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Then we have the Queen of Wands, which is really good. And I think that this is so adorable. How would I describe you? I would describe you as adorable. The Queen of Wands in tarot is also associated with Pisces. I think it's like Pisces and Aries, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, definitely lots of water energy that's coming in here. But with this energy of the Queen of Wands, what makes you stand out is this sexual energy and aura that you have, but it's a certain type of, like, sexual healing, but like maturity. You have a certain type of maturity and acceptance of yourself and acceptance of your body, acceptance of your own desire. You're somebody who really accepts their desires. So like I talked about, like, you're the type of person who is going to tell someone, I want to be married, if that's what you want. If you want marriage, you're going to tell somebody, I want to be married. You're going to tell somebody, I want to be in a relationship. You're going to tell somebody exactly what you want from them. And it's something very vulnerable about that. And there's something very sweet about that. It's something very much like these are the emotional needs that I have if you would like to meet them. And if you don't want to meet them, like, that's fine. This won't go any further. It's like that type of vibe. And so it's like I've said something very similar to this before. I don't subscribe to that whole idea of like, don't do this before you get married. Why are you doing wife activities while you're still a girlfriend, and like all of this different stuff, right? And it's just kind of like, well, I mean, it's not a job. It's not like, did you hire me as a girlfriend or as a wife? Because a girlfriend doesn't cook. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really like that type of vibe. It's just more like, I'm going to be who I'm going to be, period. And this is who I'm going to be as a person. And I'm going to be this type of person regardless of where I am, regardless of which title that we have. However long we stay together is really going to be dependent on what type of relationship you want to have. So I want to be a wife, I'm going to show up in that energy. I want to be a girlfriend, I'm going to show up in that energy. I don't think that there's necessarily anything different about that, but I have the desire to be married. So I'm not going to stay in a relationship where I'm somebody's girlfriend, they don't want to get married, when I have the desire to be married. I'm not going to treat somebody differently because I want to get married. I'm going to behave how I want to behave. So I really feel like this kind of just like fucks with their head a little bit. I feel like people kind of meet you and they're just kind of like, what's your game? I don't get it. I don't understand. You're like, there is no game. They're like, no, there has to be a game. What's your game? It's like, there's some video, I don't remember what the hell I was watching, but it was like, you're telling me that it's not a game because it is a game, but you know that when you tell me it's not a game and I think it is a game, that I'm gonna behave like it's a game, but it's really not a game. So that's why you're telling me that. But if you knew that, then you would know that I know that you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why sometimes people in relationships might like act a little bit weird because they're trying to like kind of conceptualize it in their mind that you're just this genuine, authentic person. It's kind of like a shock to the nervous system. I also think that you kind of bring this electricity into things. I think you're a loving person. You might be a poetic person. You might be the type of person who writes people like poetry and like love songs and like loving text messages. Like, it's just this like, oh, that's like puppy loving energy that you have about you. You're just such a loving person. What makes you stand out is that people feel like they're in love with you. Like you guys are soulmates. Like, you guys were made to be together. Like, you guys are perfect for each other. That's what makes you stand out. And I feel like I'm talking about a specific person. I tried to keep it general, but I feel like I'm talking about a specific person that you're dating, that you're dealing with. And then, of course, with the 10 of Pentacles, the fact that this is a clam, like, what does that make you think of? No further comments. I just think that, like, your oyster is chef's kiss. And it does say the oyster of the Metatron. And that makes sense because that's sacred geometry and an oyster. So, okay. When I think about Metatron, when I think about sacred shapes, I think about like an understanding, downloads, shocks to the nervous system. When people are intimate with you and close with you in that way, it's like when people get in your energy, they're changing, they're growing. It's not just this person clearly believes in that spiritual shit, but it's like this person is making me believe in that spiritual shit. People hang out with you, all of a sudden it's 4:44 every time they look at the clock. You know what I'm saying? People start dating you, all of a sudden they're seeing things differently. All of a sudden they're hearing voices. And like, not in a wild way. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's wild, but not in like a I need some help type of way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like you upgrade people spiritually, you elevate people, and then the more intimate you are. Intimacy, hugging, kissing, going farther. You know what I'm saying? The more levels of intimacy that you have with people, it's like the higher their frequency rises. And sometimes, you know, when you experience like your frequency rising so high that it just feels like lightning surging through your body, and like you can hear it. Okay, if you've had that experience, you've had the experience. Kind of like that. Like people have like Kundalini awakenings. Oh my God, I am a soul having this human experience. This spirituality shit is real. You kind of get like a lover, a friend, a follower, and a fan as you're more intimate and you're more close, because you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And how the fuck do I navigate this? And what the fuck is happening? And it might be kind of like this vibe of like, what are you doing to me? But not like, what are you doing to me? Like they don't feel like, what are you doing to me? This is so bad and I'm so scared. But it's just kind of like, what are you doing to me? Like, oh my God. So it's a very fun time. It's a very good vibe. You're very adorable and you're so loving, but you are also very, very attractive. And when you look at them and make eye contact with them in that way, it's good stuff. And that's all that I got for you, because I'm not going to 20 minutes with this. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Check out the links in the description box to find me across social media. I've got a podcast. I've got a free bundle that will help you develop a better relationship with your feelings so you can identify your limiting beliefs. I've got my signature program that will powerfully help you step into your reality and recognize the power that you hold so that you can manifest your desires. It's powerful. And there's also links so that you can send me tips, which I think that you absolutely should. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Alrighty. Pile number 2. That's what you are. Let's jump into it. So, what makes you stand out romantically? What makes you stand out romantically? Going on the energy and the vibe. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Shoot. Aries, Venus, somebody fell on the floor. And another asteroid, but I don't want to deal with these. So we're gonna shuffle again. What makes pile number 2 stand out? Okay. We've got the second house, Eros, and the new moon. Okay. With Sagittarius underneath. You might have moon in the second house, moon in Taurus, moon conjunct, square, opposite, just making a connection to your Venus. And I've got to read from the book. The Lover. Arrows, swans, doves, blindfolds, candles, hearts. The god of erotic love and passion. Where romantic desire and passionate energy comes into play. Eros in your chart tells you what turns you on, what excites you not only in sex but also in life. Think of this asteroid as a blend of Venus's and Mars's energies. Good. Subconscious desires we are looking for in a mate. His appearance can signal that you are ready for commitment and need to get in touch with the attributes you want in a partner. Okay. And then I got the new moon. So this is beautiful. All right, let me get comfy. All right. What makes you stand out, pile number 2, is second house is like your possessions of many things. The woman that you are, person that you are, the sexual energy that you possess, that you embody, that you exude. New moon. What makes you stand out is the passion. And they're saying like va voom, like the passion that you bring, the excitement that you bring. It's like it's like hard to describe in words. It's better than words. I'm using like, I don't know if va voom is an onomatopoeia, but like, I think, yeah, yes, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't matter. The point is like, there's more physical movements. Some of you could dance and you could just be really good at expressing yourself in your body. But I think that that's what it is. Like, you're really good at expressing yourself in your physical body. You're really good at expressing yourself with your physical body. You're really good at expressing your passion and your desire with your physical body. Are you understanding what I'm saying? What makes you stand out, it's not just like you make people want to hook up. You bring this, it's Sagittarius here, but it really feels like Aries energy. You bring this fire, passionate, excitement. Oh my God, what is going on? There's so much going on right now. It's like Vicks Vapor Rub when you put it on and you like can breathe. It's like wasabi and it fucking clears your nostrils. You're like 5 gum, like. File number 2, what makes you stand out is that you're like 5 gum. You're like the Wizard of Oz when things went from black and white to like color. Like, what the fuck was life before I knew pile number 2? What was life before I dated pile number 2? When I'm in love with pile number 2, when I'm dating pile number 2, it's like, it's not possible for me to just date pile number 2 and not be in love with pile number 2. When I'm dating pile number 2, I'm just seeing like a man, a person, a human being, just walking down the street and just like, those flowers smell so good. And it's like, I walk down the street every day. I've never to myself thought, those flowers smell so good. What the hell is going on? I'm walking down the street. The sun just feels so good on my skin. I've never thought that the sun felt good on my skin before in my life. I used to be afraid of getting skin cancer. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you bring so much love and enjoyment. Oh my God, like, doesn't food just taste better when you're in love? When you're in love with pile number 2, it does. When pile number 2 comes into your life, it does. It's excitement, it's adventure, it's fun, and you bring this heightened energy, heightened sensitivity into everything. What makes you stand out is that the heightened sensitivity really applies. Like, did physical intimacy really feel like a virgin touched for the very first time? Sex didn't feel like this the last time that I had it. Physical intimacy didn't feel like this the last time that I did it. They're like, when is the last time that I had sex? They're like, it really wasn't that long ago. They're like, I remember. I'm like, I remember. They're like, no, it didn't feel like that. And then maybe you like drink with them or you smoke with them, you something. They're like, maybe it was because we went out and I don't know. Maybe it was me, you, and Hennessy. You know that song? Maybe it was that. Maybe it was the tequila. Maybe. And then they do it again. And they're like, I don't understand. I'm telling you, I can't explain it. It's a feeling that I can't explain. And I feel like you get it, and I feel like you understand it. And I feel like you have had romantic interests tell you, or, okay, like years ago, I was talking to this guy. He was a Virgo. And we talked in the evening. We hadn't talked all day. And he was like, I've been thinking about you all day. And I was like, you've been thinking about me all day? Like, he didn't say anything. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, like it's obvious, but it might be going over your head. Like, I feel like people are telling you, I'm very into you. I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. If you know the song, you know the song. I feel like they're telling you in their own way. And I feel like it's hard to describe. And I feel like you're just like, you just bring this life, and you just bring this like happiness, and you just bring this joy, and you just bring this laughter. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Oh my God. This house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. You might have partners who become obsessed with you. I don't mean it like it's a bad thing, but just like people who are really, really attached to you and attached to how you make them feel and the energy and the aliveness that you bring into their life. When y'all break up, or y'all stop seeing each other, or you cut them off, and then it's just fucking dull. God, that is so depressing. That's what makes you stand out. That's what makes you stand out. People either recognize how different they feel when they're with you versus how they felt before, or after you guys break up and they're like, oh my God, my life is so depressing. I can't believe. And I don't even think that it's just like romantic interest. Like, this is your friendships too. I feel, oh my God, did you see that light just like Please don't go off. Please don't go off. I think I have another one somewhere, another light bulb. It doesn't matter. Okay, so even your friends, like when you leave their lives, oh my God, it's so dull. Okay. Second house, I feel like people want to possess you. You bring this new energy, you bring new dreams, you bring new inspirations, you bring new thoughts, you bring new beliefs. The Four of Wands is literally, it says the beaming vessel. The beaming vessel. That's you. You're the beaming vessel. You just bring this sunshine. You bring this celebration. Every day feels like a celebration when it's with you. Like Ace of Wands, all these freaking, okay, I was gonna put them back, but we'll take it. The Nine of Cups, the Six of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Swords. I'm fucking telling you, it's like you guys dated someone, you went out with someone, excuse me, I gotta get this stuff that fell on the floor. Temperance. It's like you guys restore balance in the lives of your romantic interests. And then we got the Page of Pentacles. You've got this Hakuna Matata, bare necessities, fun, lighthearted, have a good time type of vibe. When people meet you, they feel bogged down by responsibility. They feel heartbroken. They feel like they'll never grow again. They feel like they're scared to make choices. They're scared to make moves because what might happen, and analysis paralysis, and like all this shit that they're not going after, that they want to go after. And then it's like you come into their life and you just bring this fucking like radiant ass fucking energy, and everything is changing and growing and expanding, and all of a sudden they're making more money. They have a business, their business is getting more fucking customers. They, you know, make money doing sales. They're making more sales in their business. They are working in a corporation, they get a promotion, they get a new job. Like, it's this growth and this expansion and this success, and then you make them feel so proud, and they're so proud to have somebody like you in their life, and maybe you're a very accomplished person, and so then they feel even more proud. It's like they feel proud of themselves, they feel proud of you, they feel proud to have you. It's just so much pride, so much excitement, so much like, it's just this buzzing energy. You just have this buzzing energy. And when I think about honey, I think about prosperity, I think about abundance. Yeah, it's just good stuff. It's good stuff. You inspire people, you make people want to get to work, you give them like inspiration with the Ace of Pentacles. But it's a tentacle. I mean, the Ace of Wands, but it's a tentacle. That's actually hilarious. So, okay, I'm gonna explain what's happening in this card. Do you see how there's a wand in this card? A phallic symbol, if you will. And wrapped around this wand is a tentacle. And tentacles have, I don't know what those are called. Little suction cups. That's all I got for you. You just come into their life, and you just wrap your suction cup around their wall. You just come into their lives and you just wrap your suction cup around their wall. I'm sorry, I'm not that's not gonna come out of me without a giggle. It's just not, because that's fucking hilarious. And I think that that's true. And I think that you know that that's true. Comment down below and tell me if it's true, pile number one. Tell me if it's true. Thank you very much. So I feel like you bring a lot of good vibes and a lot of good energy, and you just do what needs to be done in the BED room. You know what I'm saying? You are wish fulfillment on so many levels. This is exactly what I wanted in a partner. This is exactly what I wanted in a partner. This is exactly what I was looking for, what I was hoping for. Makes my life feel a little bit complete. So much healing. Your presence is so incredibly healing. It's like you bring fun, light-hearted vibes and energy to people who really, really need it. Like really, really need it. Have gone through a lot of heartbreak, heartache, pain, betrayal, suffering. And then you just come in and you're just like, fun, 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 fun. You're like the fucking Cat in the Hat. And I mean that in the best way possible. Okay? You bring this healing. You restore this balance. Something about the meaning of koi fish might also be relevant. There's Sagittarius energy here too. You just really help people get out of situations that aren't emotionally fulfilling them, and you usher them into stages of like wealth and abundance. You do amazing work kind of just by existing. And then there's like the Two of Cups there. You guys, you stand out. That's all I've got to say. And I'm going to stop this now. Be sure to check the description box to find out different ways that you can work with me. I've got a free bundle that you can claim. And I have my signature program, which is a powerful course on healing, mindset work, and manifestation. I've also got a podcast, and there are links so that you can tip me. I love you. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. All right, pile number 3. Tapping into your energy and your vibe. What makes you stand out in romance? New moon, which we got in pile 2, and the sun. You guys could have some Leo energy, maybe even Cancer energy. You might have a Leo moon, or your moon in the 5th house astrologically. Then we have Scorpio. So you might have moon in the 8th house. You might be a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, moon in the 8th house, sun in the 8th house. We also have Aquarius. I'm going to stop naming placements now. And let's get into the vibe. What makes you stand out? You've got such a beautiful balance of radiating, firework, center of the universe, center stage, spotlight is on me, all eyes on me, but also I maintain my mystery, composure, respect. You, pile number 3, you have such a beautiful level of self-respect, where you have this amazing capacity to have a closeness with people, community with people. I see you, you see me, we see each other, we're connected, we're friends, but also you've got a great boundary respect. We're not that close. But it's like, you don't even have to say we're not that close, because there's something in your demeanor that's just like, we're not that close. You, let's say like, for example, I feel like this is like people in general, but getting more specific into romance, like you go out on a date with a guy. Oh, we're having a good time. Oh, we're holding hands. we're not having sex. And I'm not saying that if you have sex, you don't respect yourself, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying you have a respect for your boundaries. You're very good. You have a very good skill of being able to develop connections with people at a really beautiful pace while also honoring your privacy. Like, for example, like I love like pictures and videos of like kids on the internet. Mwah, 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 love it. It's inspiring for me. It makes me laugh. It makes me giggle. So great. So amazing. When I have children and I have my own other like YouTube channels and different things like that I'll start, like sure, you'll see like certain things like us going on trips or like big like milestones and stuff like that, but we're probably not going to be doing a day in the life vlog. And these are all of the things that I'm doing and having my kids grow up with a camera in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like that just doesn't, that's not my desire, and I don't think that it's a very good idea. So it's like that kind of a vibe. Or like, you know, those videos where kids are like having a meltdown and their parents like taking care of them, but while your kid is having a whole fucking meltdown and is like crying and freaking out, you took the time to set up your camera and then position your kid so that they're like in frame, and then you're like helping the kid, doing a shitty job, but you're helping the kid, and then the kid is like looking at you, but then they're also like looking dead ass into the camera. Like, baby, this is staged, and you're traumatizing that child. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, you have a really beautiful understanding and a balance between these are the things that we share and these are the things that we do not share. These are the things that we share and that people can know, and people know enough to where they know who you are on a soul level. They know enough to where you have a closeness and you have a camaraderie and you have a sense of community and togetherness, and like there's a relatability there, but you don't need to know everything. You don't need to have all of the details. You don't need to, you know what I mean? Like we don't need to do too much. And I think that you really, it appears to be naturally, you naturally have this beautiful way of knowing when enough is enough in terms of sharing. And I think that that's what makes you stand out. I feel like they have met people, I feel like I'm talking about a specific person, but I could be talking about anyone. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to say that, okay? They have met people who, let's say they're meeting somebody who's going on a healing journey, and that person's going on a healing journey, but that's all that they can talk about. Oh yeah, the last guy who betrayed me, my last girlfriend who backstabbed me, my last girlfriend who cheated on me in my last relationship, like just over and over and over again, like all they can talk. Girl, I ran out of storage and then did a whole bunch of shit. It's the end of the day. And if I don't finish this reading now, it will not be finished. So you have me here, fresh out of the shower. Haven't even done my skincare routine. Kind of tired. Let's finish this. Okay. What makes you stand out romantically? This is giving theatrics, creativity. Some of you are artists, like you paint specifically, and your art is really beautiful. I want to say very captivating. The way that you creatively express yourself, whether you do this through art, music, how you dress, the clothes that you create, you are excellent at creatively expressing yourself. And that really sets you apart. You could also be really good at creatively expressing yourself and your emotions and how you feel. You could use the pain that you have experienced in your life. You could transmute that into creative projects. All right, girl, we're done with these damn cards. These cards are cursed. I'm just kidding. I tried to finish this reading 3 different times. And we're going to finish this today. Whether it takes 1 minute, 3 hours, we will finish this reading today. This will be uploaded today. All right. Tapping into the energy of group 3. What makes you stand out? 4 of Cups. You guys are dreamers, is what I would say. Some of you guys like read the Bible. That just looks like the Bible to me. There's also a crystal ball. The wandering mind. You guys contemplate a lot of stuff. You contemplate a lot of stuff. What makes you stand out is that you're not somebody who... So there's a lot of people who graduated from Twitter University. There's a lot of people who graduated from, you know, real accredited university. And they just kind of take the information that they're given, take the things that they're told, and they run with it. They internalize it. That's how they live. They go after the goals and dreams that other people have made for them because that's what they're supposed to do. You're somebody who asks questions. You're somebody who, when you share your opinion, it's something that you have mulled over in your mind. It's something that you've thought about. It's something that you've contemplated. You don't really pull stuff out of your ass. You don't really regurgitate information that other people have told to you. Like, you're someone who, of course, you can learn things from other people and you can gather information from a variety of sources, but you're the type of person who likes to make an informed decision. You're the type of person who likes to have an informed conversation. So what makes you stand out is that you're somebody who actually has thoughts. You're somebody who genuinely has opinions. You're somebody who is a very good conversationalist. I think that the person that you're asking about or the people that you're dating don't have many conversations that are like attempts at genuine, authentic connection. A lot of stuff is just surface level, and you can't really feel real connection to people because people aren't telling you who they truly are. They're telling you what they think that you want to hear. Really quick 2.5. I went on a date with this guy a couple of years ago, and we're like driving in his car, and Drake had just come out with an album. It was the one where he was like pregnant, or there were a whole bunch of pregnant women on the cover. And this is like the fall of 2021. We went out on this date. Excuse me, I have to yawn. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, sorry y'all. So, and then I shook the damn camera. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's refocus. So I went out on this date, and he was playing Drake's album that it literally like just came out like that day. Like it was like on Twitter, people are talking about it. And so he's like playing Drake's album, which I've been listening to more Drake recently, and I think it's because I have a crush on a man who's a Scorpio, but that's kind of besides the point. The point is that at the time I was just like, I'm not really a huge fan of Drake. Like, I'm not really wanting to listen to this, but I didn't say anything because like, whatever. And then one of like a next song came on, and it obviously was like his playlist was on like shuffle or something. And the song that came on was kind of like some, I wouldn't say like pop punk. I would say like indie, maybe like borderline folk, like kind of like a Mumford and Sons vibe, but not really. When I say Mumford and Sons, like I feel like that isn't the exact vibe, but it wasn't a Drake vibe, right? And it wasn't maybe the vibe that you would anticipate a black man to be into or something like that, you know what I mean? And so he kind of like got embarrassed and was just like sorry, and he like changed the song. But the crazy thing about it is that I would have rather heard the song that he was playing instead of the bullshit songs that I don't want to really listen to, because it's not really my vibe and it's clearly not really his vibe. And instead of being his genuine, authentic self, which would have gotten him a lot farther with me, because obviously there's some level of compatibility there, because he was more interested in keeping up appearances, we didn't get that genuine, authentic connection. And so the point here is that you're the opposite experience. Whether or not people like you or dislike you, you really present as a very safe person, because you're going to be who you are and you're going to share your thoughts and you're going to share your perception regardless. And so people can kind of take it or leave it, and they can kind of relax around you because they know you're not going to talk about them behind their back. They know that you're not going to present yourself one way to them and then be a completely different way. I think that you're somebody who really takes the time to think about things. I think that you're somebody who really takes the time to formulate your opinions, but also your style and also your dreams and also your goals. And I think that there's a ferociousness to you when you have made up your mind, when you do know something to be true. And this vibe just gives me the same. This owl just looks like a librarian to me. Doesn't this owl just look like a librarian to you? The Aztec hawk warrior. It's not an owl, it's a hawk. And I think that this is the Knight of Pentacles. I'm so sorry. I know for a fact that you can hear that television loud as hell through the vents. But Knights represent messages. So the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you're somebody who delivers messages of value. What makes you stand out is the way that you speak. People like to hear what you have to say. People like to hear what you think. Oh my God. And then it's literally the freaking Knight of Wands. The kind-hearted moose. You've got kind of like a gentle giant type vibe to you. Kind of intimidating. Like this is a hawk, which is like a predator. But I thought it was an owl, which owls are kind of like soft and adorable to me. You know what I mean? And then mises. I feel like I'm going to say that phrase from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Okay, anyway. Knight of Wands, like mooses, moosei, whatever. You ever see a fucking moose? They're fucking huge-normous. Moose are gigantic. Like, wow. But they're very, like, slow-moving. I mean, if a moose was, like, charging at me, I probably would get out of the way or, like, shit myself. You know what I mean? But they appear to be very kind and just fucking chill. So I think what stands out about you, and we have the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, is that you've got this kind of like gentle giant energy about yourself where like, oh my God, look at all of these freaking cards. We did have Scorpio that came out in your astrology cards, but like this is a freaking lion, a little freaking lioness. Lioness are terrifying. This is an eagle, but it's an eagle dressed up like a librarian. This is a moose. That moose is fucking ginormous. This is a bear. Bears are terrifying, but isn't she so cute with her little crown? Her little crystal crown? Look at her stargazing. She's a mother. She's a mother. Her. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Anyway, like that's you. So you guys could be people who have larger bodies, but I really feel like, and that's okay if that's the truth, I also just feel like you're people who have a very big energy about yourself. You're people who have a very big presence about yourself. You're people who, if you wanted to kind of bully your way through life, knocking people down, overpowering them with your energy, with your knowledge, with your intelligence, with intelligence with your words. Like, I just get the vibe that you could kind of talk circles around people. If you wanted to be a very manipulative person, if you wanted to use your gifts and your knowledge and your wisdom and whatever, if you wanted to use that to, I don't want to say your advantage, like that's a bad thing. It's good to use your gifts to your advantage. That's why they were given to you. But if you wanted to use that to harm other people, you absolutely could. But the fact that you don't is something that really sticks out about you. So yeah, that kind-heartedness. You guys are people who just are very genuinely and authentically loving. You guys could be teachers. You guys could like volunteer at your local library or something like that, but there's just this like gentle nature about you. And at the same time, you're also very excitable with the energy of the Ace of Wands. I think this also came out in pile number 2. It's been a couple of days since I recorded that one. But what really stands out about you, octopuses are really smart. Octopi, girl, the plural of these names is not going to get me today. You ever see those videos of like an octopus? Could it be a, no, it's definitely not a squid. Whatever, let's just say octopus. They're very smart. Like the little octopus, you put it in the, like they put it in a little jar, and then the octopus uses like its tentacles to like unscrew the jar. Like, they're incredibly brilliant. So literally, that's one of the biggest things that's standing out for you guys is your mind, your mind, your mind, your mind, your mind. You are incredibly intelligent people. And you use your intelligence to create creative projects. You use your intelligence to make things grow, make life more beautiful. Definitely lots of like artistry, lots of creativity, because that's what wands are going to represent for me. And I just see you guys as being very supportive and very nurturing and also very exciting. This inspiration, what makes you stand out is that you bring inspiration to others. So let's say that you're an entrepreneur or you're somebody who really loves your job and you love what you do for work. You talk about that and you talk about it with such passion. Knights are messengers. So you share messages of value, but you share these messages of value in a way that's very passionate and very fiery, and you get very fired up. You take time to mull things over and think about things. And when you come to the conclusions that you've come to about those things, then you share those things. You share that information with other people, whether you're teaching them things, you're passing that knowledge on, you're helping to grow and expand them, but you do it in really like excitable ways. When you're talking to a lover or somebody that you're dating about what you do for work, and excuse me for shaking the camera, about what you do for work and all of that good stuff, you get them excited. They have a conversation with you and they're like, God, like now I want to do something. I want to finish these reports. I don't know what the fuck the people you date are doing for work, but like, you know what I mean? Like I want to get on my shit. I want to do this. And well, I want to do that. And like, you really make people think in such a beautiful way where you just inspire people. Like people have downloads in your presence. And then we literally have the shaman, medicine healer at the bottom of the deck. Doesn't she just look beautiful? Oh, she's a cheetah? Purr. You guys just have this wisdom and this healing, and you just inspire people, and it makes people want to be around you, because you're not necessarily like going out and telling them like, you should do this in your business, you should do this in your job, you should do this in your career. But watching you do what you do in your career, watching you do what you do in your business, watching you talk about what you love with such passion, it just inspires them. They're like, I want to do that. I want to have that passion. But it's not even just like it inspires the desire within them. It's just like, all of a sudden they're thinking about things that they're passionate about, and they're thinking about things that they want to share with other people, and they're thinking about things that they want to give to other people. If you're an entrepreneur, you're dating somebody, that person's like, I could be an entrepreneur. I could teach people. I could create a course. I could help my clients with this and this and this, or I could help my students, and I could teach people in this, and I could do blah, 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 blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you just powerfully inspire people, and they get a lot of really inspired energy from you, because I think that you carry a lot of the energy of the divine within you when you're in that Four of Cups mode, when you're in that contemplative mode, when you kind of take a break from the world, because you got that Scorpio energy. So when you kind of go and isolate yourself from everything, and you just kind of like go venture up a fucking mountain to go have a come to Jesus moment with Jesus Christ himself. You know what I mean? Like, when you go and have those times, you're really connecting with God. You're really connecting with something higher. You're really connecting with something greater. It's like, this little lion is like lying on what looks to be a Bible, but he's kind of like gazing into this crystal ball. Like, I understand what people are telling me God wants me to do. I understand what direction people are giving me, but I'm going to go have that chat with God. I'm going to go have that conversation with the universe. And I basically am going to make my choices and decisions in alignment with what I've gathered. And because you do that, because you have such a strong relationship with the universe, because you have such a strong relationship with your guides, your angels, your spirits, your ancestors, when people come around you, it's like their frequency is being raised, their vibration is being raised. And God is always trying to communicate with us, right? Our spirit guides are always trying to communicate with us. Our ancestors are always trying to give us assistance, but everything is based in a vibration, and a vibration is very similar to like a radio frequency. If God is talking to you on 102.7, God is talking to you on Kiss FM. If you're from Southern California, then maybe you're familiar with the radio station, but like, God is talking to you on Kiss FM and you're on 98.5. You can't hear God because you're not on 102.7. But when people get around you and you live in the vibration of 102.7, when people get around you, their frequency is changing from 98.5 to 99.5 to 100 to 101 to 102.3. And you know how the closer you get to the radio stations, you start picking up on that channel. You know, you could be on 102.3, you're very close to 102.7. Maybe you can kind of hear the song that's playing. Maybe you can start to hear the messages. Okay, I'm getting close. I'm tuning more and more into the frequency. That's what it's like. When people connect with you and they talk with you, and you guys are very lucky because I gave you a whole other reading in addition to the 2 readings that I freaking started. Because it took so goddamn long. We're going to wrap this up in a second. But when people get around you, their frequency and their vibe is raising and attuning to the frequency and the vibe that you're on. So you're an inspired person. You're somebody who really has a closeness and a relationship with the divine. People start to tap further and further into that frequency. So they might not get as attuned as you are, but it's much easier for them to get as attuned as you are. That's why people package their energy in containers and sell them for coaching, sell them in a course, different things like that. That's why professors get paid so much, because when you're sitting in the energy of someone who has really mastered and understood astrophysics, yes, you're learning about them from the way that they're teaching and the things that they're talking about, but you're also tapping into their vibe. They're the dominant vibration in that classroom. And so the more time you spend around them, the more you're able to shift and attune your frequency to theirs. The more that you do that, the easier it is for you to understand astrophysics or whatever the fuck I just mentioned in the example I already forgot. It's like that type of vibe. So if you didn't know, your energy is incredibly valuable. And that's what makes you stand out from everybody else that this person or these people are dating, is that your energy and your vibe and your frequency is so much higher than anybody that they've ever dated before, or anybody that they're currently dating. When they come around you, they notice a significant increase in their vibration. And of course, when your vibration is increasing, you feel better, you're more connected to the divine, you're experiencing more synchronicity. So it's kind of like people come around you, they get around you, they feel so much better, they feel much more lighthearted, they're healing things, or they're being inspired for things, or they're wanting to create things, they're writing poetry, they're singing songs, they're blah, 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 blah. It's because of your energy, and that's what makes you stand out, and that's what makes people want to be around you and want to connect with you. And on the opposite end, it could make some people, I'm not talking about your specific person, but just some people could have those really adverse, I don't know which word, reactions to you, really like intense, visceral like reactions of like pushing you away, because your frequency is set to a point where it's going to raise their vibration regardless of whether or not they're consciously seeking to raise their vibration. So if somebody's not consciously seeking to raise their vibe, when you raise your vibe, you got to kind of like exercise. You guys, my pile number 3 from my last reading too, you've got to kind of like exercise the bullshit out so that you can maintain a higher vibration. Your high vibration triggers the demons, the lower vibrations, the limiting beliefs within other people. So if they don't want to heal that, if they don't want to shift that, if they don't want to change that, they're going to have a very negative reaction to you. They're going to push you out of their lives. So that's all that I got for you, pile number 3. You are incredibly valuable. Please drop a green heart emoji for me in the comments if you are my pile number 3s. I love you so, so much. Also, in the description box, you can get a free 6 steps from self-aware, just kidding, a 6 steps from stuck to self-aware bundle. It is free. It is very good. Will change your life and transform your relationship with your emotions. And also, there's a journal. It's a process that I use to identify all of my limiting beliefs. It's been a couple days since I said this outro, so just give me a little bit of grace. I've got offers available that will help you and support you in manifesting your desires and stepping into a greater position of power in your life, over your reality. If you are interested in that, check out those links in the description box. You can also tip me. You can also find me across social media using those links. I love you so much, and I will talk to you in the next reading. Bye-bye.